obviously that's kind of because it's a spiritual place. So he's saying that one like homeless type of guy walked into that satsang with a beer in his hand, and सभी लोग है ना निकालो इसको टाइप ऑर्गेनाइजर्स, एंड स्वामी जी बोला कम हियर, उसको अपने पास में बिठाया, और बाद में लोगों ने पूछा कि ऐसा आपने क्यों किया, बोला ही नीड्स मी मोर देन यू गाइज डू. So that's what a saint is, that how different they look at. I thought it was such a beautiful story because that makes us so humble that we should not be judging anybody, putting them down. So the Samadarshan, equal vision. And actually, Dilewali Swami said that Sama is another word for Brahman also, the supreme reality, And he thinks that the word, Sanskrit word Sama says English mein same aaya hai. Because see how similar it is when you say same. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, I thought that was very interesting. So, and then here he has used the word Brahman, right? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahman. So he's saying that Brahman वो है जिसके पास विद्या है, नॉलेज है, एंड जिसके पास ह्यूमिलिटी है. तो अगर विद्या से ह्यूमिलिटी आई, दैट मीन्स यू गॉट द करेक्ट नॉलेज. बिकॉज कभी कभी ना वो नॉलेज से अहंकार आ जाता है, आई नो सो मच एंड ब्ला ब्ला. इज सेइंग इफ यू गॉट दैट अहंकार, दैट मीन्स योर नॉलेज इज नॉट गुड. समथिंग इज रॉन्ग, योर मेथड इज रॉन्ग, यू गॉट द रॉन्ग. विद्या विनय, विद्या अगर सही नॉलेज है, सही मीन्स है, तो विनय आएगा ही आएगा, ह्यूमिलिटी आएगी ही आएगी. That's a very important word. So if our ego is getting fattened, that means something is wrong with our knowledge. So the other, what is the difference of the vision now? One more point, which kind of we discussed it many times, but I'll just repeat it. The difference is that now I know that the self in me is self in all. That is the main crux of this when you say similar vision. How does he get it? So, and then in this verse, he said they tried to use different, क्या बोलना चाहिए, animals and all that, because इंडिया में ना यहाँ पर तो डॉग लवर्स हैं बहुत सारे, पर जो इंडिया में जो स्ट्रीट डॉग्स होते हैं ना, उनको हम लोग कैसे नीची नज़र से देखते हैं, like nuisance, kind of get rid of them and all. So that's why they use the word shuni. So पहले तो ब्राह्मण बोला, फिर गवी, फिर गाय बोला. Guy is also very sweet. So like अच्छा animal, everybody loves cow because it's so kind of a docile animal. It takes the minimum from this earth, the grass, and it gives the most nutritious thing, Everybody respects. So Brahman and Gavi को पहले बोला उन्होंने, लेकिन फिर हस्तिनी, हाथी, इतना बड़ा विशाल. बेसिकली हाथी इसलिए बोला बिकॉज सबसे बड़ा जानवर होता है जो हम लोग को दिखाई देता है इधर. इंडिया में तो खैर हाथी दिखते, इधर नहीं दिखते, बट वी नो इट्स द बिगेस्ट एनिमल. तो जैसे हाथी हो या चींटी हो, उसको वो समदर्शन होगा. तो these are like subtle, क्या बोलना चाहिए, subject. That's why when they say हाथी, we have to look at it. हाथी को इसलिए बोला है कि we have to look at चींटी also, So we have to add that to it. And उसके बाद बोला कि dog, shuni is dog, and the dog eater also. मतलब जिसको सब लोग इतनी बुरी नज़र से देखेंगे, पूछो मत. After this virus and all, everybody was like going after Chinese people in China. पता नहीं क्या क्या खाते रहे ये. इंडिया में तो इतने सारे जोक्स वगैरह सब आ रहे थे वहाँ पे. My God, for months it was coming. उनको चांस मिल गया चाइनीज लोग. तो यहाँ वो भी बोल रहे डॉग ईटर को भी वो सेम नज़र से देखता है. So that's why they put all this. And then Dilli Wale Swami Ji brought this verse from Ramayana, which I know Meera ji will know this verse very, very well. Siya Ram mein sab jag jani. Because that's the Samadarshan. Because मेरे को सब कुछ सिया राम में. और I didn't know this, but उन्होंने बताया कि तुलसीदास जी ने ना सभी को नमस्कार किया है कि कहीं पर, like before the thing, or I don't know exactly where it happens in Ramayana. He's saying he did namaskar to good people, and then he namaskar to bad people also, called Khala Vandana bolte hain. And then the philosophy was amazing, because he said ki if you go into the deeper philosophy about good and bad people, he's saying both of them give you joy and happiness both. Joy and pain, दोनों देते हैं, दोनों ही. So कोई बोलेगा what do you mean by that? So he said that ओके थिंक अबाउट इट, अगर अच्छा आदमी आए ना तो हम लोग बहुत खुश होते हैं, राइट? इट कैन बी ए फ्रेंड, रिलेटिव, कोई भी. जब वो जाता है तो दुख होता है, या तो वो संसार छोड़ के चला जाए या अपने को छोड़ के चला जाए, दूसरे सिटी में चला जाए, हम लोग को दुख होता है. तो उसने भी दुख दिया कि नहीं? सो दोनों हो गया ना, सुख और दुख दोनों मिल गया. और अगर जो बुरा आदमी होता है तो जब भी वो आता है तो दुख मिलता है, लेकिन जब वो जाता है तो बड़ी खुशी मिलती है. We never think of it that way. So he's saying that both of them give you both. you know, so that was such an interesting point he said, because these Mahatmas, they look at everything from a different angle. So I'm just telling her how they view the world. So now the other example he gave was also beautiful. He's saying एक माला होती है, right? उसमें ना तरह तरह के फूल होते हैं. कोई बहुत खुशबू वाला फूल डाल सकते हो, कोई ऑर्डिनरी, और कभी कभी बीच में कोई फूल खराब भी हो जाएगा and it kind of becomes old and is not giving a very good fragrance. So fool can be different, but mala is the same. The thread going through is the same. And that's what that Ishwar is, that it's something which is holding us all together, and which is the power, which whatever you want to call it. I thought that was a very beautiful example. So uski nazar wo thread pe hoti hai, the person. And so basically what the message is, that body and mind can be different, but Atma is the same. And that's why I think, Chinmayananji said one place that don't hate the sinner, hate the sin, but not the sinner. And that's why these people who go to the jail and try to lift them up, because they have so much compassion and love for this person also, just like they will have for any devotees, because they want them to come out of this. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there is any other point. Yeah, he gave another very good example, which I think one of the example is going to come with Chinmayananji also, but even Dilli Wale Swami का example वो बहुत अच्छा था. He's saying कि एक आदमी एक स्टेज पे आया और उसने ना 1,000 रुपए का नोट निकाला, और जब निकाला तो वो बड़ा क्रिस्प नोट था, और बोला क्या है ये, तो सबने बोला 1,000 रुपए का नोट है. फिर उसने ऐसे क्रम्पल कर दिया उस नोट को, और बोला ये क्या है, तो बोला 1,000 रुपए का नोट. फिर उसने जमीन पे डाला, फेंका, उसके ऊपर कूदा और उसको एकदम ट्रैम्पल किया अपने पाँव से. बोलते अब क्या है, बोला ये भी 1,000 रुपए का नोट ही है. That's what these people look at it. No matter what happens to the body, mind and all, they look at the essence in them. I thought that was really good. And then the other example he gave was that the waves are coming up and down. They are getting born and dying and all. But he's saying that the water remains the same. They can either they're dying or they're coming up. Nothing happens to the water. It is in essence. So that's how these इनकी दृष्टि. बोलते ना जैसी दृष्टि वैसी सृष्टि. So इनकी दृष्टि वैसी होती है. But remember one thing. व्यवहार में they will do the difference, because that is at a different level. But अंदर से they will keep that. उससे जब अंदर से वो रखते हैं ना तो compassion आता है ज़्यादा, rather than judging people. Because when we judge, like I think it was one of those, what is the name of that lady who was from another country and she was like a saint in India, Mother Teresa. उसका बड़ी famous saying है, when you judge people you cannot love them. You can't love when you're judging, because so if you want to love the whole world, first thing you do is stop judging people. I thought that was a very nice saying that she said. Anyway, any question, comment, or anybody want to add anything?
This is the same when they say a self-realized person sees God in everything, living or non-living.
True, that's exactly what it is. And here they are talking more about the living people, because हम लोग को non-living चीज़ों से कोई problem नहीं है. वो पत्थर पड़ा ठीक है, हम लोग को प्रॉब्लम लिविंग चीज, इसके लिए वो एग्जाम्पल दिया सारे. बट व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. आवर टीचर यूज्ड टू से दैट, इज सेइंग दैट तुम लोग को जब गुस्सा आता है ना, जोर से दरवाजा बंद करते हो. व्हाई डू यू डू दैट? उसमें भी भगवान है, जरा धीरे से करो. शी यूज्ड टू गो दैट फार अबाउट इट. And like somebody used to say, okay, that if I have bugs in my house, should I not kill them because Bhagwan is there? Saying व्यवहार में do the least amount of damage. Nobody's saying if you have termites in the house and don't get, fumigated and all that. That's not you're saying. But, sometimes like जान के लोग मारते हैं सभी चीज़ों को. जैसे यहाँ पर क्या बोलते हैं उसको, lizards बहुत होती हैं इधर. Not बहुत तो नहीं, I think that Houston में ज़्यादा होती थी. But we have like 4 or 5 lizards hanging around outside. And if you keep your jali closed, they are fine. And even what you call this, जो जाला बनाते हैं उसको क्या बोलते हैं, मकड़ी जिसको बोलते हैं हम लोग इंग्लिश में क्या बोलते हैं उसको, spider. Like so many people, they come and they tell me, like वो advertisement वाले आते हैं, we can spray this and spray that and all that. And actually ये जो मकड़ी और ये छिपकली दोनों bugs को खाते हैं. So if you have those, you will have less insects around. So there is God has already created that balance, and we are the one who's ruined it. So as long as they're not coming, I said, I don't need any chemicals. I just take a little thing and I just go over it. They okay, go build somewhere else, or after again they'll do it. Again I'll do it. That's all you got to do. So you will do it more. You will not go and hurt unnecessarily. For at our stage, even that is good enough. I mean, those Jains and all. I mean, you are Jain, and they put all that because they want to be so compassionate, and if they can, great. But in our world, we cannot do that. But at least don't go too much further and try to plunder, the nature. So true. Any other discussion? Everybody okay? We can read now. Let's see what's the time. Maybe we'll read next time. Right? It's already 12. So what we'll do is we will read the Swamiji's commentary next time.
Hariom Umman ji.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
Hariom. Yeah, actually we have to practice some drishti, not some vartan. Yeah. Because we have to keep them little far away from us.
Yes, that's why exactly we said, but we will do it more what is necessary and not get swayed into it. That's what I'm trying to say. Because, when, जैसे कि the Western philosophy for the longest time was conquer the nature. And that's where the balance got messed up. If you say, okay, live in harmony, you have your home, I have mine, then it's no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. But to look at it कि वो पूरी species को ही खत्म कर दो जी, because they are so bad. Then they realize, now they know extremely well that if you do too much of anything, killing of any particular species, the whole chain gets destroyed. In fact, our son was telling me, go ahead.
Them little far away.
Yes. So he was telling me that when they were doing the nuclear testing way back then, whatever, around the time they were developing nuclear weapons, they said they did it in the ocean. Mm-hmm. The blast. And the whole area, every creature died. And there was such bad devastation that happened. And then they realized that they are doing it such bad stuff. Then they started doing some other way. But पहले ocean में किया उन्होंने. Because they had no better knowledge that, hey, you destroy the chain, something bad will happen to you.
Yeah, and that was so true. गुरु के पास जिसको ज्यादा अज्ञान होता था उनको सबसे पहले आगे बिठा के प्यार करते थे.
Right.
बोलते थे जैसे हॉस्पिटल में कोई ज्यादा बीमार होता है तो डॉक्टर उसको पहले ले लेता है.
हाँ.
So these people, those who have means अज्ञान में है, they are more sick. I need to give them first attendance, मतलब.
Yes.
Attend first.
True.
90 samples you said all today.
Yeah, and these are like real things that happened. So they are only not just studying, but they are actually practicing it. That's the difference between, I think, that there's self-real. हम लोग का ज्ञान अभी कच्चा पक्का है, तो हम लोग सुन लेंगे, हाँ करेंगे, but then we go out and we cannot, do those things. But it's okay. As long as we are on the path, we are trying, then slowly we'll get established.
Trying.
Yes, Trying is a very big thing. एक तो believing in it and then trying and moving on that path. That's what is the most important for us right now. True. Yes. Any other person wants to share anything? So I'll close the Bhagavad Gita class. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya moksha ishyami ma shuchaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. We go to Kathopanishad. Is verse 8 of Valli 3. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, so we are at verse 8, and verse 7 was, it was talking about Vigyanavan, the Sarathi, जो जिसके पास नॉलेज नहीं है प्रॉपर, उसके साथ क्या होगा, वो संसार के चक्कर में पड़ा रहता है. So see how these verses are like totally similar where we are in Bhagavad Gita versus this. So the last translation of verse 7 was, and he who is devoid of proper understanding, thoughtless and always impure, never attains that goal and gets into the round of birth and death. So obviously the next verse is going to be the one who is Vijnanavan, the one who has the right knowledge. Iska kya hoga? And that is exactly what we studied in Bhagavad Gita also. So here is verse 8. Yastu Vijnanavan bhavati samanaska sada shuchihi satu tat padmanapnoti yasyad bhuyo na jayate. Ya is who, tu is but, Vijnanavan. So now we know. Intelligent yahan bola hai, but basically the one who has the right knowledge. That's what it means. Bhavati means is. Samanaskaha, with the mind controlled. पहले अमनस्क था, अभी समनस्क है. Sada shuchihi, ever pure. Sa is he, tu is verily, tat is that, padam, goal. And this is that state actually. Isko goal bola hai, but the state where you merge with that Brahman, where you get established in that. That wo hai ye padam. Apnoti is reaches, yasmat is from where, bhuyah is again, na jayate is never born. Exactly same thing it's telling you, that the person means he doesn't get affected by change. While living, he doesn't get affected, and then when you quit the body, you don't have to come back. You can look at it both ways. Okay, so Tejomayananji has a little way he opened up the whole thing. So he said that here when he's saying, firstly we know that we're talking about the charioteer. We're talking about, remember that whole analogy. Charioteer is the buddhi. Remember in हमारे रथ में, हमारे body के रथ में हमारी बुद्धि हमारी charioteer है, and the jiva is the owner of it. So कैसी बुद्धि? When you say विज्ञानवान बुद्धि, what does it mean? It knows what is right and wrong. It knows what is good and bad. It knows moral, immoral. It knows what is permanent and impermanent. That's a very important knowledge. Sansar is all impermanent, that Atma is permanent. He has that knowledge and also of real and unreal. It's the same. Real, unreal is, unreal is all this world constantly changing. Mithya jisko bola hai. It appears and then again disappears. And the real is that Atma. He has the complete knowledge of that. So that, and his mind, how is his mind? Because you may have a complete knowledge, but if your mind is not alert, again you will have a problem. You will crash the car. I have the knowledge of the road. I know how to drive the car, but I'm very sleepy while driving. Problem. That's why they have used Vijnanavan and Samanaskaha. Okay? So he's saying the spiritual person has to be ever alert in the world. There are a lot of ditches you can fall into, Very alert, pure, bright, without likes and dislikes. So that's the definition, Tejomayananji gave a beautiful definition of Samanaskaha. And then he said, we already saw that we have to have a sense control. So the person, that is the main thing that will lead you. And we saw with the analogy of the horses and all that, that if the guy is not controlling his senses, crash ho jayega. The same way, even though you have all the knowledge and all, but with that knowledge, you got to control the senses. Because some people, I have read a lot of Bhagavad Gita, did all that, but their senses are not under control. Then nothing is happening still again. So that's why these verses are there, So, and that he's saying that person reaches that Padam. Padam, he again reminding us, Tejamananji was reminding us, he's talking about the Padam has come before also, this goal, or what is that state? That is the state where you neither born nor dying. And, it's smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. All those things that we studied, that is the Padam over there. And then basically what it is that when we say that we are taking a journey, so he reminded us again, we are not taking a journey on a road somewhere. It is a journey within ourselves only. It's a journey that we are taking subjectively, not physically going anywhere, but within us only, from ignorance to knowledge. That's the journey we are taking, going and going to our own Swarup. So he's saying what happens once you reach at that state in our journey, we don't come back to this miserable sansar, dukhalaya jisko bola gaya hai, and we are liberated for good. Again, there's a guarantee here that, ek baar wo mil gaya padam, you're not going to fall back into ignorance. That is the most important thing. Because, like in the worldly thing, when we are born again, we have to again study ka, kha, ga, ga, ga and all. Even if I've done PhD in this life, when I'm born again, my mom as a baby going to send me again to pre-K. But in spiritual world, you will, wherever you ended, that's where. And once you got that degree, that's it. You don't have to repeat again and again. Pass ho gaya tum log sab. So that's what he's saying. So he's saying that, and he also explained the coming back to the basics of it, that the origin of birth is ignorance. When I don't know who I am, because of that ignorance, a whole chakkar starts, because the desire comes, and then because I start thinking I'm not limited, and the desire say karma shuru ho jate hain, all the law of karma, cause and effect ka chakkar chalu. You go, it goes on multiplying. Result, karma, phal, then again, impressions get on our mind. It's like a wheel turning. Because of that original thing was ignorance. That's what. So the one who has realized the self, the first thing that happens is all desires are gone. And then, because, why desires are gone? Because he already got the Paramanand. We were talking about it, no? Why do I get these little joys from the world? Acha kyun lagta hai? Because I don't know the science of happiness. That's why. I'm getting it from, but एक बार मुझे science of happiness मालूम पड़ गया. और ये सभी को मालूम है. हम लोग क्यों जाना पसंद करते हैं पहाड़ों पे और ओशन पे और पेड़ के नीचे बैठना बहुत अच्छा लगता है? क्यों? कोई हमको $1 million दे रहा है वहाँ पे. Think about it. हम लोग को कितना पीसफुल लगता है. और यहाँ पर जितना बड़ा घर होता है ना लोगों का, उतना वो लोग दे वांट टू गो इन सम काइंड ऑफ, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कैंपिंग. सब छोड़ छाड़ के किसी ने बोला कि 5 स्टार होटल में जाना, 7 स्टार नहीं, $1 million होटल में जाओ. गो, वी वेंट टू दैट, आप भी गए थे ना, आप में से मीरा जी वगैरह गए. वी वेंट टू द जाशुआ ट्री. We were in nature. It was so relaxing. And there was nothing, well, that's a desert. But because it's far away from the hustle bustle of city, and you have just stones and you have trees, and it gave us so much joy because of this only. That, the real joy is in just peace. And we got peace over there. That's why we felt joy. So once you know that, you are not, desires are gone, and that's why you got that abode. So there's a whole, very scientific, this is not just like that, why somebody feels like that. So that's what this verse is. A very simple verse, but very powerful, and it is exactly the way Bhagavad Gita is telling you. In fact, Bhagavad Gita took everything from Upanishad only. So now you can see the similarity, Krishna Bhagwan just did in a very nice package for us. Because sometimes these Upanishads, they can be dry. This one is a pretty nice one because it started with a story, but some of the other Upanishads straight go into subject. So it can be a little bit dry, So anybody has any question, comment on this particular thing? Okay, I need a volunteer to read.
You read.
Sneh? Okay, great.
But he who is intelligent, ever pure, and with the mind controlled, verily reaches that goal from whence none is born again. In the previous stanza, we were told of the tragic end of a man who does not try to control his sense appetite, but like an unintelligent animal, ever lives the life of the sensuous excesses and voluptuous revelries. Had the Upanishad left the statement at that, some of us might have come to despair at the feeling that there is no hope of salvation after having born for once as a man for. Don't we see around, and it is not our own experience, that the sense demands are very powerful, and that not urges easy to be ignored or controlled. This stanza shows how logical and complete is the style of the rishis, and the style represents the men and their head and heart personalities to us.
So he's just telling you, Swamiji just telling you, पहले उन्होंने बोला कि the person who's not has a proper knowledge and whose mind is not under control, उसका क्या गति होती है, तो हम लोग सब एकदम निराश हो जाएंगे. But नहीं, दूसरा भी एक है रास्ता, don't worry. So that's why they're completing it by saying it's possible if you do these things.
The stanza under review asserts positively that one who through steady practice has come to have a large share of self-control and therefore is naturally ever pure, reaches through degrees of spiritual growth the state of perfection, which is eternal and immortal, and from which the yogi who has once reached it never comes back.
So now everybody understand what that means. Is there like the delusion is gone and the knowledge is there? It's forever you will have that knowledge.
Also, and practice and self-control, these are the things that we have to do again and again.
Yes. And absolutely. So whatever we learn, we should experiment in the world. When he's talking about likes and dislikes, because one of the big problem with the modern world is very strong likes and dislikes. I want to just eat this only. मेरे को तो वो अच्छा ही नहीं लगता. मेरे को तो यहाँ पर नींद ही नहीं आती है. ये है. I mean, we have like, अगर हम लोग लिस्ट बनाने लगेंगे ना तो.
Yeah, I've seen people carrying their own pillows also. अपने पिलो के बिना ही नींद नहीं आएगी.
I tell you what, ये अमेरिका में इन्होंने शुरू किया था बच्चे लोगों के साथ. वो टेडी बेयर के साथ सोना and my blanket I need and ये वो. I don't know. I mean, my grandchild is not my child, but I was just telling that the best is because they also have a dream of traveling here and there with the baby. I said the first thing you have to do is don't get him hooked to ये यहीं सोएगा तो यही करेगा. So try putting him in different places then, because if you want to travel, then make it like easy for them. Or your food also, oh, my child only likes this, then try at least best to train him to eat different things, because sometimes parents का likes and dislikes चला जाता है उनके ऊपर. Oh my God, because शुरू से condition करना शुरू कर देते. So it's like, we even I made a lot of mistakes because I didn't know about the Brahma Gyan, but it's like, oh my God, I wish I learned this before. How much value you have even in bringing up children or your family, how to handle everything you can learn from this Brahma Gyan. It's just not one little thing, True, what you're saying.
When none is born again, Yashmad Vayo na Jayate. A common doubt that often comes to the early sadhak is, as well as to the uninitiated students, is being answered here. During life, nobody can ever remain, even for a moment, without action, and actions have reactions. Thus, at death, there must surely be a fund of reactions yet to be experienced by every ego center. And naturally, the jivas are born again into such embodiments and are placed in such circumstances where they can find the necessary field and the necessary instruments to reap the required reactions. A true devotee, having lived the life of the Upanishad and having thus reached the supreme state, Tat Padam, shall not return to the world of birth and death of samsara. Why not?
So yeah, we saw that the whole science in that Bhagavad Gita verse कि जब उसको परमानंद मिल गया है तो उसके पास कोई डिजायर नहीं रह गई, डिजायर नहीं रह गई तो उसको कोई रीजन ही नहीं है मैं वापस आऊँ. तो हम लोग वापस अपनी डिजायर फुलफिल करने के लिए आते हैं, यू नो. जो हम लोग जो आए हैं ना सब इसके लिए आए हैं, बट the reason is something else. Our goal is something else which we had forgotten about it. And through the Shastras, we are being reminded of our goal.
And if a man were to come back thus to the realm of delusion again, what is the use of his having undergone such an amount of struggle and having practiced so much of self-restraint and self-control? In what way is he then different from the sensuous, vicious, self-indulgent animal man? This doubt generally dabs the enthusiasm of the sadhak. Kind Shruti here gives the answers that such a one reaches the supreme goal from whence none is born again.
So, you know, sometimes there may be some doubt, and that will be get cleared in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, because it's like one of the main doubts that people can have is, okay, I'm trying, like we are on the path, we are not there yet, right? Now I kick the bucket in the middle, I die, so I have to be born again. And then we discussed it that the spiritual thing, I don't have to repeat whatever I know, it will come back to me very quickly. And I will start my journey from there, you know. So nothing is lost from that perspective also. And that's why we were talking about it. Like our teacher actually used to tell, because sometimes, you know, when we would complain about our family or something, you know, when you're young, you know, you have all these things. And she said, aren't you all ladies sitting over here, you know, and your husbands are working and you can come to the class now, you know. That is also, if you think about a privilege only, you know, to be able to go in the daytime somewhere because somebody else is taking care of, you know, other stuff in your life. So that's how you have to be grateful that I can study this, you know, during the day and all that. So, you know, that is just one example I gave. Each one will have a different way to look at it, that God has given you certain privileges so that you can study this, you know. And that is also a big thing. Look at it positively. Yeah. Go ahead, Sneha.
The supreme goal is the realization of our identity with the all-soul, the Brahman. With this true identification, the false identifications with the mind, intellect, equipment, the ego, sense totally ends. We cannot have the knowledge of the rope and the serpent at one and the same time. So too, we cannot have at once the knowledge of the self and the false delusory identification with matter called the ego, which is the jiva. Birth and death belong to the ignorance created sense of ego. When the ego has once forever ended in the knowledge of our real nature, all dreams of birth and death also end.
So they are just telling you, and this can be applied both ways, you know, that person, a self-realized person is jivan mukta. It doesn't affect him, all these things, and once he drops the body, then he doesn't have to physically come back again if it is completely self-realized. If not, you will be born in a more privileged family, you know, where you can pursue your things and you know, maybe surrounded by saints and sages, that knowledge will come very easily come to you. So there are many things hidden in this whole thing, you know, when he said that you won't be going back to the delusion again. So even partial thing is you can look at it from that way, and somebody is a fully self-realized also, then he doesn't have to come. And then it's not like he will never come back. He will come back to help other people. So there are people who are like already at that stage, but they purposely take birth to help other people. That they didn't need to come, and that's why they're always connected with their higher realm. There are people like that, saints and sages are like that. You know.
I mean, so we do have knowledge of the self, but we don't have that self-realization yet. We're not become one with the Brahman.
Yeah, we don't have that experience yet. That's what you're saying. Yeah, true. And the journey starts with the way we are doing it. You have to intellectually keep getting more and more convinced, So this is what our teacher gave a very nice example. Darshana Ben used to give us the example. It's like once that knowledge we are fully established now, then we will not do certain things in this world. And he said it's something like this. Suppose I give you a glass of, say, a water. Say, drink it. I drink it. Now I say, you know what? I have cyanide in there. Drink it. Will I drink it? Never. Right? Because अगर हो या नहीं हो, अगर किसी ने बोल दिया तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं पीऊंगी उसको. So he's saying that the people who are like at that level, they just cannot do anything wrong because they're so strong, established. Just like I'm established, okay, I'm not going to drink this water. That's the difference. हम लोग का अभी थोड़ा कच्चा पक्का है. That's why we still.
But Meera ने तो पी लिया था ना poison.
That's because, why piya tha? Because they are at a different. We cannot copy Meera ji because I'm not Meera ji yet. If I drink poison, I will die. I have to first be in the established in that state. फिर मुझे कुछ नहीं होगा. अगर इतना किसी में faith होगा ना, तो सचमुच नहीं होगा.
She was so much self-established and self-realized.
Yes.
That she knew her God will protect her.
Yeah.
इतना faith तो होना चाहिए ना.
Yeah. So वो धीरे धीरे faith बढ़ता जाता है और तभी fear खत्म होता है. What Meera ji had was she was fearless. The Prahlad का भी story is the same.
Yeah.
Prahlad's father tried to throw him, do everything. He's saying, my Vishnu is going to save me. And he did. And that's why the lot of these saints and sages, the khunkar animals don't do anything to them. Because they are fearless inside. And they emit the fearlessness and the other species know it.
No, also that because उनके आत्मा में इतनी still और इतना peace होता है ना. So that is the peace they are raging.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
वो fear नहीं होता animals को कि हमको attack करेगा.
Right. और ये experiment आप थोड़ा हम लोग यहाँ पर खुखार आदमी वगैरह तो नहीं है कोई ऐसे, but even some other dogs and this and that, when you have the fear, then they bark at you more. Yeah, that much experience we also have. And animals never attack another one for pleasure. They only do it if they feel, either if they are very hungry. Even hungry में मैंने सुना है वो लोग नहीं. When they are fearful that you are hurting them or their babies or something, then they attack you. There are people who go and mingle with the shark because they think shark is very intelligent. Swimming with the shark. Some show I saw, I was like, wow, unbelievable. This man even said that the shark, he created some kind of a relationship with that shark. And the shark was trying to feed this man some other fish and all that. I was like surprised. She was bringing this.
दोस्त बन गया तो अपना food भी share कर रहा है.
Right. And I was like, my God, is it really? And it is, Discovery Channel. My boys and all sometimes tell me to watch some things and I watch with them. And I was like shocked because this is like in 21st century they are doing those experiments. फिर हम लोग को क्या वो जॉज वगैरह दिखा के इतना डरा दिया कि वो शार्क मीन्स हम लोग तो मौत ही आ जाएगी. That's not true at all. Sharks don't attack everybody. You finished, right? Yeah. Any other question or comment or anybody wants to add anything? We still have 5 minutes.
सिर्फ पिक्चर में दिखाते ना कि वो ऋषि मुनि बैठे हैं साथ में टाइगर भी है ये भी है so they because they feel so much at one with everything.
Yep, absolutely. वो एक स्वामी नारायण की मूवी किन लोगों ने देखी है? Like स्वामी नारायण की एक मूवी आई थी, देखी है ना आपने? उसमें भी वो दिखाया है कि he was like he was sitting one day and outside a village and some sher was sitting next to him and those people were like, wow, एकदम docile होके बैठा था वो. This is because these people have been here not too long, maybe few hundred years ago. So that's why this is so okay. मैंने पुराण में सूरी में सुना होगा वगैरह वगैरह. And even today's saints, the one who were born in like 19th and early 20th centuries, if you read their biography, like Swami Rama's biography, he said that his guru told him to go and do this sadhana or this tapasya bolo ya meditation bolo in a cave where it was full of cobras. because he said as a child he had a fear of snake. And he said, if you want to go on a spiritual path, you have to get over it. And he said that finally when he dropped his fear, they never bit him. And he did, पता नहीं कितने दिनों तक किया उन्होंने, ये सब उन्होंने किया हुआ है. हम लोग को एकदम outlandish लगता है, but it happened in the 20th century, if you read the biography and all that. So I think that obviously this is too extreme stuff for us, but at least we can start by, having more compassion for the nature. And when we see some animals and all, don't always think they're going to attack you or something, and all of a sudden you feel more at peace, And people are the same way. If sometimes when we are outside in the world, somebody does something not so nice to us, इंडिया में तो बहुत होता है धक्कम धुक्की, they will want to go forward, and इधर बहुत कम होता है. अगर किसी ने कुछ कर दिया यहाँ पे तो इतना लोग हंगामा करते हैं. Maybe, hey, here I was having a bad day, he was in a hurry or something. If like that you think, all of a sudden your, anger and all goes away. Okay, let him go. Let him go first or something like that. यहाँ तो क्या बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं. In San Diego, people are very, very nice. They stop and they let you cross and they let you go forward and they wait for you and they do all of those things. So there is a lot of good people I've seen. Just the way you look at the world changes your perspective, I think. That's what they're talking about.
It's a very spiritual place.
Yeah, it is. I think the whole of California is there are so many ashrams and so many nice, beautiful places. I mean, even here, there's Hare Krishna temple. It's in the middle of Pacific Beach, the drag, where all the tattoo shops and, क्या बोलते हैं, ये सारे bars, जितने, मतलब आधे तो bars हैं यहाँ पे. Drunk लोग हैं ना, उनके बीच में वो लोग Hare Krishna, there are people who come. Unbelievable, I find, and they are so dedicated. They, all those monks and all, because it's so close to my house, I end up going there quite a lot, and they have a Krishna lounge on Thursday, and they create this atmosphere in the evening, around 7:15, a lot of young people come, about 30 or 50 people come, anybody can come, and more young people come, they will sing Hare Krishna for almost like an hour. But they call it Hare Krishna meditation, and they do it so beautifully. They are so immersed in it, those monks, when they do it. And then they have some lecture, and then they give you food. And to me, it's like in the middle of all this, they create the most beautiful atmosphere. So it's like, and उनके जो devotees हैं ना, वो भी कौन से देश से हैं और कैसे young लोग हैं. 18, 20 monks ban gaye. Means they don't make them monks just like that. They have to go through a rigorous thing. And wo bata rahe the ki they have to do 108 times the entire mala of 108 beats, something like that. They have some, I don't know exact, and they have to get up at 4 o'clock. And then they have to do all their sadhanas. It's not like हम लोग बोलते ना कि वो साधु बनना इतना आसान है. नहीं. They actually follow the whole protocol. And they have to go to this many classes. They have to teach also. Then they have to take, after certain stage, they have to give the lecture. So you cannot give a lecture until you have studied. So they have to do Bhagavad Gita. They have certain books. They have to completely master it. They have to memorize shlokas. They have to do so many things. फिर उनको वो status मिलता है. Not status, yeah, they want to do it actually. They are doing it from their heart. Nobody forcing them to do it. That's what it is.
And some of them, they has to face really so much opposition from the families too,
Oh, yes. But you know what, most of them was very interesting because यहाँ Pacific Beach वाले में ना young monks बहुत हैं. और उन्होंने बाद में उनकी शुरू में उनको अपोज किया, फिर वो सारे भक्त बन गए उनकी फैमिली के. But there is one Balram over here. I think you know Balram, right? उसकी माँ, उसकी बहन सब डिवोटीज हैं.
सब डिवोटी.
हाँ, पर शुरू में आई एम श्योर दे फेस्ड इट. एंड देयर इज अनदर यंग मॉन्क ओवर देयर, उसका नाम मैं भूल गई. वो बता रहा था कोई मुझे कि ही इज फ्रॉम अ वेरी रिच फैमिली. ही इज ओनली लाइक 20 years old एंड उसने ऑलरेडी संन्यास ले लिया. You know, and so I'm sure उसकी फैमिली भी बहुत नाराज हुई होगी. But that was his path. Nobody could stop him.
एक तो था कि मेरी फैमिली तो मुझे टाई करके मारती थी.
Oh, really?
Parents. Yeah.
हाँ, because I can, from their perspective. Yeah.
एक बार मैं लंच में गई, जैसे मैं रिमेम्बर कभी जाती हूँ, and then I sit down and was talking to them, and I listened to their experience. It's amazing, and you get so much inspiration. My God, they can do so much, and we are born and brought up in that religion, and we should be doing some things too for our family.
Yes, and I'm amazed at how this Krishna का जो reach है ना, it is like all over the world, and these people, उनका कुछ previous life का होगा ही होगा, नहीं तो कहाँ बैठे बैठे रशिया में और यहाँ बैठे बैठे उनको एकदम से connection हो जाता है. एक बार कुछ देखा और boom.
They're doing a very good work for, spreading knowledge, because जो किताबें बांटते हैं ना,
Oh yes.
people have been converted because of that. अपन लोग, we are just taking our religion for granted, we're not doing anything.
Effort, I agree with you. In fact, if you are a monk over there, you have to do the book distribution.
Yes.
Yes, and they give you for free. वो